It's tourism season on Bonaire. Hundreds of divers will enter the water in much of the same areas. How does this look to marine life? Will they stay or even survive the traffic? Will you be part of the herd or are you the explorer?
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Rich. In this episode, we want to address one of the key questions we often get from viewers that come to the island, and that is, how do you get to see all the cool stuff? Well, I want to start by the premise that when you come to the island and you're going with a dive operation, you have to understand they're dealing with a lot of people and they have different skills. So what they do is they limit the time of your dive and they limit the depth that you can go on. And so you're constantly going over the same well-worn path of all the other divers. Well, imagine you being like paparazzi to marine life. All of a sudden, all these people descend on you, and you don't want to have anything to do with that. Typically, if you want to go see things like sleeping north sharks, I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to see them, but you want to find them, you got to get off the beaten path. You have to go to places where there aren't a lot of divers. And to do that, you have to learn a couple of key skills, which we're going to be talking about in this video. And one of those is buoyancy. And the other key skill, which is a superpower also, is the use of navigational landmarks. To talk about each one, to go on an open water class, they don't have time to do refined buoyancy. This is peak performance buoyancy. This is the stuff that allows you to reduce the amount of air consumption by reducing the amount of weight that you have and improving your trim. Doing these couple of things will dramatically reduce the amount of work you have to deal with to get to places, because you're not hauling as much weight, you're not constantly messing with your buoyancy inflators on your BC. You're not going to be swimming like on an angle like this, which is also hard. Your feet aren't going to be floating up. That's another issue that you deal with. There's a whole variety of these things. Now, I'm not going to be talking about those particular things in the video in terms of buoyancy. We're going to ask you to go take a peak performance buoyancy class. This is one of the things that always gets pushed off. They typically will tell you, okay, well, the first thing you've got to do is take your advanced open water, or they tell you to take your nitrox class. Sure, those things are important, but if you're dragging and you can't go anywhere, what's the point? Because you can't spend very long in the area you want to go see, and you can't venture out very far. So that's an issue. The second thing we're going to be talking about, which is the focus of the video, and that's the use of natural navigation landmarks to extend your capabilities in underwater navigation. This is huge. This other superpower is massive, because knowing that you can get back from where you're going is a big weight off of you. It basically takes that anxiety off of you. You become more confident. You'll be able to be a bigger explorer, and you'll get to see other parts of the island and the underwater parts of the island that other people don't see. This is huge. So also in this video, we're going to be using those skills, and we're going to be taking to see places you would probably never see. The first one is we're going to take you out to the second reef at Chez Hines. A lot of you may not even heard of that dive site, but we're going to be taking you out there, and we're going to go see sleeping nurse sharks. And I can tell you that when you go out and you go off the dive boat, you can barely see the second reef out there. Because of lack of confidence and not having these skills, you're probably going to shy away from it. Second place we're going to be taking you to is this deep water ledge out at Playa Benge. Now, when I say deep, it starts at like 100 feet. But going out there and getting back means that you have to have really good buoyancy, because you can't use a lot of air. And second thing is, you want to be able to know how to get back. And actually getting back is very easy because the landmarks are big, like the sand channel. But we'll talk about that more. But we're going to actually see these places, and these places are just so cool that being able to go out there, and you're the only one there because other people aren't going to these places because they have some of the same fears or concerns that you might have on their abilities. we're going to take you there. Also a real treat is Dominique Serafini, Jacques Cousteau's illustrator and a dear friend of ours, actually went with us to Playa Benge and sketched our drawing on this deep water ledge and made a wonderful painting of our experience up in the park. It's really, really magical. You won't see him in the video, but it is really something special to see his artwork. If you want to learn more about Dominique, we have a video called The Aquanaut Artist, and we also have a couple of videos in there with Kathy Salisbury in their apartment in Bonaire that talk about Jacques Cousteau and some of the work they've been involved with. So with that, let's go diving.
This is the story of two divers who left the corporate world and moved to Bonaire to live a diver's life by the sea. Many only dream about this life. Our hope is to inspire you through our experiences and stories so that you can live the dream too. This is a diver's life.
The water and sky, reflection in my eye, and it's true, so true, that my life is a she shy.
Selecting an exit landmark is key. This distinctive tube sponge with large center tube has potential straight out from the shore entrance. Too shallow. Pick a landmark between 10 and 15 meters. This allows for a safety and potential decompression stop above you that is near the shore exit. If you pick a landmark like a mooring that is shallow and away from the wall, you might not see it in poor visibility, such as when sand is kicked up. This sponge is beautiful, but makes a poor landmark as it is too low to the ocean floor. Coming back from the other direction, you don't see it until you're on top of it. It's easy to lose sight of this as it blends in with the ocean floor, especially at night. It is important to remember not just what the landmark looks like, but also its depth. This large coral head can be easily seen down the reef. The middle is 12.6 meters. This one has a unique orange sponge, almost like a baseball glove to its left. This is the perfect return. Make sure you take a mental picture from the direction you are looking at on return. The fact is, we are surrounded by great natural landmarks, yet many divers would rather make an artificial one. This beautiful trumpetfish looks at this once beautiful coral head covered in dead coral left by divers who thought it was safer to embed a piece of dead coral in live coral. This tells me this person lacks confidence, and at the end of the day will end up shortening their dive due to anxiety. To the divers that felt that one piece of dead coral on the same coral head was not enough, well, we look forward to people's comments. We're going to head north to the Weber's Joy mooring, which is not visible from the wall. A beautiful spotted coronet fish, one of our favorites. The Weber's Joy mooring is very shallow and you will not see it from the wall, but there are exactly 3 large coral heads that lead up to it, and the first is within range of that 10 to 15 meters. You cannot miss these even at night. Here's the first, and you can see the second behind it. Here's the second. And now the third. The mooring is just above in the shallows. Let's head back. Swimming south now at that roughly 12.6 meters, we eventually see a large coral head in the distance. It is clearly visible above the ocean floor, and it has our orange sponge in the same location on the bottom. Now we can head up to our safety stop depth and go straight in. purple sponges look familiar? With their improved buoyancy, air consumption, and navigation abilities, let's go see those nurse sharks.
We leave Weber's Joy and head out to the Chez Hines mooring on Odyssey. We set our compass to point straight to the wall, where we will choose an exit landmark, note its depth, and follow our compass straight out to the second reef, which starts at 100 feet, or 30 meters. You can see it in the distance. We head south 3 to 5 meters above the reef to conserve air. When we see something good, we drop down. This porkfish leads us to a coral head. Two nurse sharks. They were in separate coral heads the last time Doreen and I were here. We swim around to look at their heads, and one wakes up enough to see who is bothering them. It goes back to sleep. A look around gives us a better view. Our lights bring out the colors. A large lionfish. Not a lot of hunters out here. A resident southern ray swims across our path. Regularly pay attention to your computer's no decompression limit and available air. It is time to head in. Should you happen to go into 1 to 2 minutes of decompression, don't stress. It is likely to cancel out if you go up slowly and just leave you with an extended safety stop. We reverse our compass direction. We set from the boat and follow it back to the first reef. We go up to the exit landmark depth and head north. There is our exit landmark. We use the same reversed compass setting we used to come back from the second reef to do a safety stop and head for the boat. There is Odyssey. Next stop, Playa Benge's amazing and seldom seen deep ledge. Playa Benge is dive site number 2 near the top of the island. Due to its remoteness, it seldom sees divers, and because people are less confident to dive on their own here. Less paparazzi mean more fish and more beautiful reef. Better buoyancy and air consumption key. Before you go beneath the waves, set your compass to point out to the wall from the mooring and hop in. Your first landmark is the big sand channel just north of the mooring. It will always lead you back. At this dive site, you have to be wary of currents and be ready to turn back at any time. We swim down and follow the wall. The top of the ledge is around 30 meters. At the base of the channel, we see this colorful lionfish. A tarpon. A scrawled filefish. Yellowtail snapper. The ledge comes into view. Our dear friend Dominique Serafini accompanied us and drew this picture of the ledge from memory. Let's see how he did. A large barrel sponge, Amidst the beautiful colored sponges is an array of orange sea fan black coral. This is rare to see, and usually you have to go deep to find it. Going far below the ledge, our lights really go to work to bring out the colors in these dimly lit spaces. Brilliant yellow tube sponges really stand out. You might ask what it is like diving these more remote places. Serene. Good buoyancy and knowledge of how to get back go a long way towards building your confidence. Don't expect it all to happen overnight. Keep at it. The alternative is being one of those divers whose experience is governed by following the herd. The magic will come. We exit the ledge and see a perfectly formed barrel sponge. We turn south toward the ledge and slowly work our way back. Who says the deep reefs lack color? I am in heaven. Schools of fish can be seen in the halo above. A look back down and the reef is hopping. A school of bogas swim by. Our friend Bernadette gives scale to this amazing reef. A honeycomb cowfish. Schoolmasters. A resident tiger grouper. She has grown since the last time we saw her. This amazing coral structure looks like a lady is tending her pillar coral garden. You can barely make out Odyssey just above all the Creole wrasse. The sand channel took us right to her, and there is our friend Alain shooting video in the shallows. A yellowfin grouper. And yes, those spots are red. We hope this motivates you to do a few small things to make your dives that much better, and in fact, become more successful explorers than just divers. I swim back to see Alain, Bernadette, and Doreen hanging under the boat. Dominique made us this amazing painting of our dives together. A Happy New Year from a diver's life. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and hit the subscribe button and the bell. It goes a long way to supporting this channel and helps you to know when new content is released. Thank you for watching.